you can be an artist, any kind of artist. Like, you just have to know what the liquid does and what the tool does and what it's going to look like, and feel free enough to play with it and allow yourself the luxury of playing with color. And I mean playing with it, layering it, like just get into it. Like, so when I first realized, yes, I was an artist and I had talent, it was stipple, super tight, you know, pointillism, and it was just negative space and black. And I was making, you know, I could do it, but I was super uptight. I was like this, like this is not therapeutic. Like, I was all like clenching, and so I was like, God, that's good, I can do it. I see that I'm an artist. But in my personality, along the way, I realized I'm colorful, I'm full of a lot of energy, a little too much energy, but like, I'm just really kind of an ADHD impulsive girl that, like, my favorite subjects were lunch, recess, and art. And so I made a studio for that. Lunch, recess, art kids, you know, the ones that like seriously couldn't pay attention in class unless it was something they were super interested in. It was going to be art. So going back to my roots of art, finger painting, like, wasn't that fun at first where you got the finger paint and you're like, yeah, and then how fast did it turn brown and you're like, damn it. Like, you know, I hate it, I'm never going to be an artist. Like, because I didn't understand why it turned brown. Well, it's because all the paint colors together turned brown. So part of this is my learning along the way. And yes, took art all through school. Didn't major in it because I didn't like the art professor at school where I was going. So I ended up going communications and fashion, and then worked for Revlon and went all kinds of crazy places and did corporate training and this and that before I really was like, all I want to do is paint. So I needed to get the color and the energy and kind of whatever spirit or whatever it is out on a canvas. And I don't have a lot of patience. Like, I'm over the stipple time. It took months to do that. Like, I would take vacation off whatever corporate thing I was doing, and my vacation time would be me and a canvas. And I just kind of figured it out as I went, you know, a lot of the time. And those are some of my most favorite pieces, but they took too long. And I don't have that much time, or I really don't like to wait. So I'm going to show you how to layer. And I'm going to start with the easiest thing, and I kind of start with spray paint for a couple of reasons. To get the white coat syndrome off of you. So like, if you're uptight and all this, like, don't. Like, I want, like, you're just going to think about it as you go along with me in this experience. You're just going to feel like so free when I show you how you just get on that canvas. And it doesn't really matter, like, it'll come together. So nothing is going to be preconceived. I don't have anything in my brain, trust me, except for this cobbin. It's coming, but it's going to work. So calm this down a little bit. So, but I'm going to take a canvas out there and just play around with it. And so this demo is going to just be showing you all these techniques you can do. When you do them, and I'm going to act like you're going to go home and get in your garage and you're going to do these things. So I'm teaching you as if you're going to do it, because it's really, truly easy. So I teach like family paintings, corporate training, team building. I like to do it together, like a lot of people on the same canvas. When I'm having parties, and it's really fun because nobody has to think too hard, just party, like go. And part of my business is called Puff and Paint, so I encourage, it's actually a website, puffandpaintokc.com, and they bring their own Mary Jane, and they bring their food and their snacks and all that, and drinks and everything they want, and they get kind of high, or in their right little, like, get in your vibe, you know, and cut loose, because this is about, like, I'll make some mistakes on here, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to go right on over it. And that mistake usually makes it cooler than it would have been if I hadn't made that mistake. So I'm just going to kind of trust the process. So you ready to get me out here? So you guys can
look through the window.
You can, yeah. It's going to stink. But if you want to come out on, there's plenty of room back there. If you guys just watch me play. How's that, right? All right. I just kind of get loose, you know, like. The tip is don't smoke in bed and don't spray yourself in the eye. Oh. So you gotta watch where the arrow is. So I shake it up. I'm sticking on here. It's light. And you want to do some nonsense. You want to do like, I'm 6 years old. Nobody's looking. I'm playing with spray paint. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just gonna play with it.
What kind of spray paint is that?
It's from Michael's. It's called Color Shot. It stinks worse. No, it's an oil base. Quick dry though, but it doesn't clog. It's coming right at me. I'm gonna huff and cava. How's that? All right. up all these colors quite honestly. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about.
I love it already, Lisa.
I know it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's going to be an easy class. Oh, nice. Kind of fun. We can do another color on top of that. Where it's going to be... Get that off on here. So it's a progressive flat. So like you can come and do this at any time in your painting. So I'm just playing around with these to see what it is. That's fun. Down on top of that. Yeah, all that does is keep it separated so they don't run into each other, but like, we can do that at the end also with the drops. So, this is just kind of fun. Alright, good enough. Alright, you can write anything on here that you want, like if it's somebody's birthday party or a family name or, you can write numbers on it. I like numbers, stencil numbers, those are fun. And just putting things that don't really make sense. I'm going to show you everything, so this is going to get busy. But I'm just going to show you all the techniques. I'm not going to make you like the coolest masterpiece ever. It will be cool, but it's not going to be like tailored because I'm just showing you everything. So I'm going to pull this back with my finger. I'm going to show you how to put a line on here. So see how I want that to be flat and clean. I'm going to put this on here like this, and the hole is on the canvas. I'm barely squeezing. I'm going to start pulling just without much squeeze at all. Okay, there we go. So then I'll get my consistency. And then I can push through, but it's kind of fun because it's just another way to paint, and you're just like throwing down like lines. Instead of taking the time to paint them, you can do it with this. If you don't do this, it goes, and then you get spit on. Okay, so this black one's gonna be fun. So you can kind of see, looks like you took all that time painting, but you didn't. So fun, you can write stuff, huh?
I always wondered how they got those lines.
Yeah, yeah. I like throwing liquid on next. And this will peek through later. Like, I'm going to show you how to lay down paint in various ways. And we'll scratch down and find some of this. So we're building a story. So if you like this and you think it's cute, like, don't worry. It's going to get more interesting. So it's worth continuing. Like, don't get hooked on it too soon. Because if you do, you know you can always go back and do it again. Like you know what you did. These are now acrylic, so great question, yeah. So done with oil paint, these are all acrylics, and that dries pretty quickly, the oil. When I'm having people come spray, I encourage them not to like stay on the oil paint and do the drips then, because you're gonna run over it and it's gonna get muddy and icky, and the acrylic doesn't do well with the oil, and they're just gonna goo it up. So I just tell them, like, keep it as dry as you can. So if you want to get a line on that spray paint, I got real close and did that, but I moved pretty quickly. So if I went slower, it would be a little too juicy, and then by the time I want to do this, it's going to interfere with the water base. So, but that's all dry by now. So, and now I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull a little bit of this and a little bit of another color across it. This is white, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little liquid. And if you'll get better at it, but like, I don't know if you're good at stringing desserts or whatever it is. I like a thin string. So it's kind of, you get your liquid down there, open it, and then just barely squeeze. And so you want it to not do dripping or squirting and stopping and starting. If you drag it, it'll be too splotchy. So put it that way. You got this. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this thin. I know this is a bigger hole, but I'm just going to cross through it a little bit. And then maybe I want to do one more color. And I'll stay in a family that I know isn't going to pull mud. Like, you know, I'm not going to go red and blue to make that plum. Like, I'm not looking for plum. Yeah, just going to get something so you can see when it crosses over. So I'm just trying to cross it a little bit. Let me get one more thing. Show you orange down here. This one looks ready to roll. Yeah, okay. So now comes the trowel. This is so fun. So I'm gonna just do, I don't wanna go across the whole thing because that's when you're gonna run into mud. You only get a distance about, I don't know, before you're gonna mud it, and you gotta be picky about how you do it. But this, I saved myself because I'm not gonna pull, I'm trying not to, I got the green and the orange together, so that's gonna pull a little mud right there, I'm not gonna lie. But you'll see, and then I'll show you what happens if you do something you don't like. So, not even thinking, I'm just gonna get in here, pull, right, I'm trying not to make a mess. I'm gonna take this, right, you can do geometrics, you can like come in here. You kind of want to clean your trowel. If you have a thick canvas, you're going to go like this up on the sides so you don't have to like frame it right away. And then I'm going to pull this one. I just like kind of, and I don't really have to always reuse my paint. Like I'll wipe it off. Like this looks like a hot mess over here. I'm going to get that on the tablecloth. I know I am. It's kind of a messy way to paint. And you won't understand it till you kind of see it all come together. So we're just like, again, throwing down colors, getting it here and there, and by scratching this, and you don't have to even do this level or this layer, but by scratching it, you're taking off all the wet. So, okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys, and I will make any art teacher's budget cry, because we were not allowed to use this much paint. And we were also taught to use every single bit of paint that you put out there. And it was like, well, I'm gonna compromise my painting if I do that, but nobody cares. The art teacher is not here anymore. She had a budget, she was seriously cranky, she was going through menopause. Whatever it was, we didn't clean the sink well enough, she had problems. But listen, this is your masterpiece. You use whatever the hell paint you want, and you use as much as you want. On that note, if you use too much at first, it gets too juicy too fast. So that's like, again, so I started dry, like it went and it dried, and now this is pretty dry. So nothing on this is gonna run. And so it's just, that's my second layer. So at this point, I can come in with a really cool tool and give myself some more background. Oh my God, are you ready for this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, what just happened? Oh, so satisfying. So remember the things we did when we were kids, and it was like you did the color underneath with a crayon, and then you did black on top, and then you scratched it off. So it's a little bit like that, only way cooler. So what I just took off on there, I can probably come back here and put a boss stripe right there, and like come in and whatever else you got on it. As long as it's not like muddy or brown, you look at the colors. Nothing, it's gonna be cool, but don't do the whole thing over and over. Like just throw your cool a little bit out there a little bit at a time. Now we're gonna come back to those little ridges. So I'm gonna lay down paint, and then I'll scratch off paint later, and you'll see the ridges, and you'll see it go all the way through all those layers. Cool. It's gonna be a trip. So I'm gonna pick whatever. I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna show you some really fun stuff. I'm gonna show you what happens if you do a thicker tube. This is just gonna add more to it, but I'm gonna come back on top of it. When you go, like, look at the tool here. I'm gonna go flat and just let it skim over it. You get a whole different effect. It's gonna let me go. Oh, my fat ass won't walk around. Sorry, I'm just gonna, but normally I tell you guys to walk around. I say walk around sugar britches. So this is another whole, like, it's gonna give me like cling to whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Yeah, so that's kind of a whole different look, and we're gonna leave that there and come on top and do some more stuff with that. Look, and now I'm gonna scratch it. I'll show you what happens. I'm just gonna scratch through that. And so you see my lines there? I'm gonna take this and scratch through somewhere else where they are. Let's see. I'm gonna come down right here. And I'm gonna scratch it. See, they're still there. Because when you first lay that first paint on there, it's like a stain. And it stains the white canvas, and the canvas sucks it up, and then each layer is cooler than the
I have
next.
a question. Do you want to start with light colors in the background?
You know, good. That is a good question. If you, like that big one outside, I threw black and white on it and to get the patterns of the weirdness of when the paint crossed over. And I did all kinds of crazy and came in with tools. And then I did the color on top of it. And that's such a different look. That, you know what I'm talking about, that big one with the bigger one in the middle, yeah. It's got like a dark gray background kind of. So I did start that dark, but this one I'm starting just kind of like colorful. You know, I'll probably throw some color down and I'll come back and pop on some warm colors on top of it without disturbing them. So I'm gonna look on here for something I don't love real quick because I'm gonna scratch through something. I don't love this fluorescent green. I mean, there's nothing horribly wrong with it, but I'm just gonna smash and drag flat. And I'll show you what that looks like. And then I'm gonna come back, see what it looks like now, and then I'm gonna come back and scratch into it. Come angle it, so I'm gonna scratch. And then look, oh, cool.
Oh, that's pretty.
It gets weird. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know what just happened. But like you're gonna see stuff in here that like, you don't know how that happened or you may not remember, but it happened. And I still have those moments and I know kind of what I'm doing, but they still happen. It's really cool. So, like especially with these are just like magic. They're so magic.
Yeah, and we get those tools from Elizabeth Schoenhart, who does encaustic paint, which is what Carol teaches.
Yeah, these tools are so amazing and expensive.
So they're very versatile.
And then there's this one. They have some snaggly tooth ones. You can get a Dollar Tree. Don't tell her I said this. And you can get a squeegee and cut in it, just different whatevers. And so the snaggly ones are kind of the cutest, I think. This one's not snaggly enough, but this is a shorter one. So this is what I call a bitch please. Bitch please. So this is like using tools. I like to say bitch please. So I'm just gonna let me throw some, and I'm gonna put some yellow in here. I like this with yellow for some reason. I got it. Okay. I'm just gonna go flat across it to show you what happens. So that's cool too. You could throw two colors out on a canvas. You see how that did that? Yeah. So this is gonna be cool somewhere else. Right? Oh yes, I love that yellow. So that's cool. I like to leave it because I'm gonna come back and bitch please right through that. I'm gonna make something cooler out of it. So this looks fun, right? Like kind of like a circus. I'm just gonna whatever. I'm just gonna come in here, but you know what? I lied and said I wasn't going to, and I did. But it's kind of fun just to come in and just give it a little bit. You're not gonna go all the way across it because it'll drag too far and you'll get mud. So edge there. Those are fun when they kind of cling and they don't. So anyway, I'm gonna bitch please show you what a bitch please is. Okay. So instead of, like I've learned this from teaching, they don't know what to do with this. And if you say use it, they're like, bah! They don't, it's not a racetrack. They don't know where to end. They're just pulling it through and getting it muddy. So the best way to do this, I think, is just say, bitch please. Like that. Bitch please. Like just phew. So that's a bitch please, but look how cool it is because it left like all that cool stuff on top and cut right back down through to the very beginning. So this one too. That one's kind of fun. We could do a different bitch please for that. This is the big one. Bitch please. Oh, look at that. I mean, it's just so cool. And then what do I have here? Oh, somebody needs some spankings over here, I guess. We're just gonna go like, I don't know. I wanna go, instead of putting my rear in your face, I'm gonna do it, sorry. I'm gonna walk around. Okay, so, that looks pretty cool. So just here and there, kind of coolness, and also call those mic drops. This one's another one that would be, it's fun. So this, I mean, like you could do like, you know, these, have fun, but I'm gonna wait, oh here, there, see, just dragging it around. Super fun. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down some big fat paint. This is where the art teacher's budget goes. You can make a stripe, like a specific stripe, by loading the trowel. And when you load the trowel, you're gonna make sure your trowel's clean. And so you gotta keep it clean in between. So that's how we're not gonna pull mud, to keep it clean in between. And then, I'm just gonna throw some random, kind of get a pattern, but not really. See how much I'm using? It's against the law. But I'm coming in hot. Okay, this could be fun. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But okay, so you see how I didn't go to the very end, just so it doesn't squish out around it. But if it does, it's not a big deal. That's just one more chance to do a bitch please later. Because whatever you see here, you can go in and disturb it later. So okay, let's just do this. Come in. I'm gonna press down on this, right? And then I'm gonna pull with not much weight. Like, I'm not gonna put my finger to start with on this for many reasons. Because I've already squished it in here, right? And it's gonna have suction. I want it to bump and give me some, what I'll show you here in a second. It's gonna stick, and you're gonna pull it, and it's gonna be like all perfect, but then you're gonna get this cool skippage. And then I'll start putting maybe a little weight. That's probably good enough. And then when you're done, you just kind of pick it up like that. So, to show you that, it's kind of a weathered look, but like you still got your stuff in the background there. There's a way to add color through that and scratch through it and make it even more interesting. This would make a nice blend. So to blend, if you think about it, you're just gonna smash it down more, right? And you're gonna drag it while with having pressure. So that one was with no pressure, just big fat juicy. So I call that a big fat juicy paint pull, basically. And then this one's gonna be a blend. So I'll come in over here and I'm just gonna go ahead and put pressure on it and pull it towards me. And it's kind of a blend, so I want to see it more blended. I'm going to flip the trowel to the clean side. And I like that blend a little better. So just keep it clean though. Remember, you're just going to come, each time you go over something, you're going to come back in clean. So this paint, it'll be all right. I'll show you what happens. Push that down and pull a little bit. It's just going to leave a little bit. We can stagger whatever's left on here because it's not muddy. As long as it's not muddy, I don't mind using it up. So these are just kind of the basics, but you can take a jiggy if you want. Like if you want to get looser, if you want to do a diagonal, do a diagonal. I'm kind of showing this to you with a loose background and then a grid effect on top just to have some stability, but that's just my brain. And your brain can do whatever, like you can take it like any direction you want to. So it's just kind of how this one's turning out. Oh, and I wanted to show you how you can drag in some another color through there. So I'm going to take this really cool neon. Oh yeah, you hear that? You should see 10-year-old boy parties. They love it. They're like, ugh. Okay, so I'm going to, see I put the yellow, I just strung it down there. Now this better do what I'm getting ready to tell you it should do, because sometimes it doesn't, and we'll see. But pretty sure what's gonna happen. I need a longer one. All right, here we go. Scratch. And pull that into this area. Yeah, here we go. And so you get some fun stuff like that.
Cool.
Right? I got my scratch out of that, right? Because I picked up some other colors that were on there. Okay, so you can hit that with a tool or no. I'm gonna throw down some bigger solid blocks. And I'm gonna show you, like, we're just gonna put a solid block on this one. And I'm just gonna probably use all the paint, Liz, sorry.
It's okay, that's what it's for.
And I'm just gonna give myself some along the way instead of loading it all up at the front. Because I want this one to be kind of a real cool. Okay. If I pull it this way, it's gonna go longer and be streaks. I'm gonna go this way because I want more of a solid block, but I'm putting no pressure on it. And I'm literally letting it skim the top, and it's gonna give you what it's gonna give you. Which is cooler than what we can do with our brain.
Wow.
Right? And then that's enough to go somewhere else with it. So I would go somewhere out of the way, push a little, and I'm gonna pull that and let it. Oh, I mean, along the way, you're gonna see what's up. Okay, now, kind of wanted to pull something else through here. So it doesn't take long. You're gonna just literally let yourself play with this. And it just gets more and more interesting along the way. Like you can see how it's just gonna build and be kind of, it's fun. It's whatever colors you guys want, you know. Let me pull some weirdness. Show you what I'm talking about. This is what I also call kind of like, it's called a creeper because it looks a little creepy. You know, it's just a little creepy. You just gonna, has a weird shape. So I'm gonna lay that like real easy on top of that and drag it and let it creep on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so that's a fun,
I love that.
you know, like, and white, sometimes you just come back in with a big fat white one and you're like, oh, I just saved it. So, cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks cool either way, right? And much better when you see it like on a wall. And what's even cooler is that you get a cool frame. Men love this the most. Like at the end, they're like, I'm not painting. And then at the end, they're like, oh, wait a minute. And so they're like, hold up. Okay, where'd I put it? They're right here. The ink, this is acrylic ink. Ooh. Whew. Wowie. Don't do too crazy, but like in here, but, oh, I could do more crazy, yeah. So that's a pretty red. I like that a lot. So, and then this one's really pretty too. I want to see what this looks like on the white. Yeah, it's all right. Like break up the red with the green. Oh yeah. Oops, it's gonna make brown. Damn it, Lisa. It's okay. Oh yeah. And I just like color on color. You know what I mean? There. And it breaks up stuff. So where it's gonna pull brown, what do I do with that, right?
Where's the brown?
It's fixing to. So I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna say, bitch, please. And you don't get a chance. And then I'm gonna drag something else over that because that looks funky. So if you don't like something that you did, like come on in and feel free to just lay it down and go. You know what I mean? You can just cover it up with whatever. So super forgiving way to paint. Now I can't pick it up and show it to you because it'll all drip and look like sperm. But yeah, it's really, really fun. Circles are really fun, you guys. I'm gonna throw out liquid first and then run through it. This has been calling my name. And then maybe just a little bit of orange through it. Okay. And then we're gonna throw down some circles. So I like to get, oh yeah, look at this. Okay, bigger trowels. Or I mean in the wood, it's all right. So I did this instead of spray paint, obviously. So it's a lot faster too. It is pretty. Gives you kind of a nice little start to a cool background. And then you can even pull in some, I like some of this. So you just kind of look at like where you want color. Ooh, that's fun.
Cool.
That's gonna be too peachy. There we go. And so there's the background of that one, right?
Beautiful.
Pretty cool, pretty easy. I'm gonna throw down some circles both ways. So one, I'm gonna put the paint on the canvas and do a circle, and I'll show you it'll come out different than when I load the trowel and then do the circle. So I'll just I'll do this. I think it'll still work. So I kind of picked the same color I was doing. Do this. Okay, so circle is where you we're always gonna pull to the right, even if you're left-handed, it's okay. The pivot point is the inner corner of the trowel, and I'm gonna pull it this way to the right. And then my boobs are gonna get in the way. And then I'm gonna switch like this, real careful. I leave it there and I go like that, and then I finish pulling it around. So with this, I'll kind of dig through a little bit of that because I know I'm gonna mix these up. I'm gonna go off the canvas, but my pivot point's closest to my belly button, right? Pull this around. This is gonna be kind of a ghosty circle, and you don't want them perfect at all. I'm just kind of getting a little, so you're gonna get like kind of the smear circle. The background kind of soft, just so you get a little motion, you know? On the other part of it, I'm gonna do like a black and white, because that'll show up really well. And show you this black and white versus another black and white. And then I'll load a trowel and show you that one. Okay, so. So I'm gonna do 2 black and white circles. It's gonna look totally different. So, one, I put the crisscross, and that's gonna be the other kind. This one I'm gonna show you, and it'll be a stripe. I'm gonna come here in the middle. Their circle's gonna be twice as big as your trowel. Come around here, raise kind of over everything you got going on there. And when you scratch through it, the bottom parts start coming out too.
That's cool.
Isn't that fun? And then, I already scratched through this one. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this one this way, and I'm gonna show you one there. So you can scratch through that. So anytime you have like a sharper blade or whatever, you just you're pushing it back and down into the canvas and scratching it off. But I'm gonna pull this because this is so pullable. It's not mud or anything like that, but I'm just gonna pull it instead of a circle. I think it'll look better as a square. So I'm just gonna push here. So mix them up. Yep, nope, I wouldn't pull that. Because see, there's like that tinge of brown in there. So I always look at my trowel to do that. And then I'm gonna do another circle. So I'm gonna stay out of the red with this green and blue as much as I can. I'm gonna stay over on this side. And then I'm gonna like kind of let it go flat first. I'm glazing over it. I'm gonna glaze over this, and then I'm gonna start pushing it at the end. So you can see the lay down, the blend out, and then the scratch in of that circle. Just all the different, like, you know, angles of your trowel. This is gonna be cool somewhere. I'm just gonna lay it down right here. Just come in somewhere unexpected. And so it's fast and easy, you guys. Like, you just can build your picture so fast. And sometimes less is more. I mean, that would be cool. And sometimes you wish you had stopped. But it'll still turn out cool. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you have to spray paint over the whole thing and start over again, you got texture. So like, don't ever let a canvas, like if you don't love it, just keep painting on it. Maybe let it dry, but you gotta walk away from some of these sometimes. So, and then getting back from it is so much better because they look like a hot mess when you're down. But when you, I mean, for you, this probably looks a lot better to you than it does to me.
It's beautiful.
But it's only because perspective is so much nicer back there. So yeah, and then what else do we want in here? Anything fun?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's like free flow. It's just having fun with colors.
Right.
And you can create shapes. It's a simple thing. But if I, in the middle of that, if I want to maybe add a little more, again, this is my left brain analytical.
No, yeah. I kind of know where you're going with it. Keep going.
Analytical brain. If I want to add, let's say, a small dragon, or if I want to add a small bird, how do I do, like, I did see some, like,
let me show you something cool. Yeah, okay, so let me show, that's cool. Let's do it with this one. So you see the Trail of Tears down here, right here, and then I put them over here. So like, you just play with it. Like, you can also get license plates that have the raised, you know, the older ones, and roll on black and then smash it on there. So like, and like if you wanted some like rings or something, that's kind of easy to do too, because you just get some paint and you go around the ring. And you could do different colors of these too, but just to show you, just like use. And then you're just putting different techniques on here, is all you're doing. Pretty fun stuff. And you guys use the colors that your eyes like just, and like, so I could even finish this out with some more poles, but like you kind of get the idea. Here, what if I would do this if it was mine? Put something over here. Wherever you see something that you don't love, just throw some paint on and pull something big. And don't be afraid to go big. Like, make a statement. Oops, use that paint. Just like enjoy it, like, and it's nice because it's not a print. You can see it's paint. People want to see paint. Some people want to get crazy at the end. It's fine. And they want that, like on top of whatever it is. It's just a whole nother way of, you know what I mean, just express yourself. But it's got to be a liquid, because that comes out like toothpaste, and it'll be like a tube of cracking paint in 2 days, and you won't be happy. So, but I see people do that sometimes because they see that, and they're like, I'm gonna do that, and they're like, why not? And I'm like, no, this is a gel. So you just got to think about what's a liquid, what's a gel, what's a spray versus, and how you're gonna scratch out of something. And you're gonna get stuff that you would never have known you could do before. And this won't be recognizable to you. And I'm literally scratching up everything I just did, but I'm just showing you, like, you can keep going. That's gonna run this is oil. Sometimes what you create, like just by letting yourself go, is going to be cooler than what you ever knew you could. Okay. Now it looks totally different. Because it makes zero sense when it got pulled in fun ways and it didn't brown, you know. So you the possibilities are so endless. So yeah. And it's really, really fun. So just remember, if you don't like it, just keep going. You know what I mean? And if you loved it at the beginning and you wish you hadn't, you just remember how you got there and do it again and then leave it. So, yeah. But like, I have so many paintings that are so cool that some of my most favorite ones are like, were demos where I was just talking and it was kind of half-assed here and there. And then I was like, that's not bad. Like, I would never have done that on my own. But talking to you guys, I'm like, or you can do this, or you can do this, or you can do this. So, but it's fun, and so my joy is watching other people create and try some of this and see how, yes, it's easy. When you do a circle, like a big one right here, it looks cool later to do a smaller one on top of it. It puts it back in the background. And can I do one real quick? Sorry. I know you want to go, but I'm just going to do a blended one real quick. This. So when you do the smaller ones on top of the big, see the big one in the background? So that's how you stack. So big goes first, like when you're doing this as a rule, and like so bigger squares first or bigger circles, and then you stack and go smaller and smaller. And then you can even cut in with one of these, like if you want, like, and do some fun stuff like that. And this is just fun, just good clean fun. It truly is good clean fun. Yeah, I'm dying to hit
And
this.
instead of buying a painting, you can make one.
Yeah, your friends won't believe you did it because they'll see all those techniques and they're like, you did not. And you'll say, yes, I did. And that's the fun part because anyone can do this. You just get free with your tools and believe in yourself and let yourself do it. And I mean, you're gonna screw up. Like, no one's not gonna screw up. That's like, you know, but it's literally like, if you don't like it, then you change it. Like, I don't like that thing right there. I'm gonna like scratch through that right now. Oh, so much better. Right?
We did one at your shop like 5 years ago or so, and then
Yeah.
it's at the top of my stairs, and every time somebody goes up my stairs, they stop. It's still like, every time somebody walks up, I'm just like, I wait, because
I
they're just
love
like,
it.
what is this?
What happened?
Yeah.
It's a lot of different
It's
techniques,
really cool.
so somebody must know what they're doing, but my God.
No, that's what they were like. They're like, well, how long did you have to learn to? And I was like,
5 minutes.
This painting took me like 10 minutes to do.
Yeah. And sometimes those are the best. Like, if you even show you're in a hurry and there's like a, you know, people are like, my God. I mean, even that looks pretty cool. I mean, and like I said, you just got to get away from, I hope it looks cool because it does not like this close to me, but I mean, seriously, oh, and if you have a blob or something, you could do that. Just make it quick so you don't drag too far, but just go jig jig, and then you're fine. Like, you can use your, like, if you see a blob, make it.
Traditionally, how many, like, when you do these or recommend it, like, how, do you stick with a certain number of colors or?
Yeah, no, I just do whatever my little heart desires. I'm literally just like, no, let's have on this paint. Like, I like that color, now I want that color, what other color is there? So like, I'm like, yeah, I just go for it. Go back to the buckets. Once you start, don't just like pick your stuff, come and you're stuck with it. Like, I need something else. Like, maybe we need some ink on this or something. And so, but like, yeah, you do it till you like it, but like, don't forget to get back away from it.
Yeah.
Because it does look like a hot mess when you're right on top of this. Like, looking down at this is ugly. But I can imagine like this in front of a wall, far away. Looks pretty interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And notice that like some of the stuff that is the most interesting is kind of the like janky. Like it just kind of got run over. But fun stuff though, like very freeing. There we go. Ink ran a little bit, still looks good, right? Yes, not bad. Now I want to throw some black and white circles on it. And then like that's a whole nother thing. Like the drizzle. And it just kind of completes it. Like if you were missing something, like that'll complete it. And if you don't like it, you pull it. And so you have to hold your tongue to the left, stand on one foot, hold your breath, and pray to the paint gods. Yeah, this isn't coming out like I wanted it, but close enough. Yeah, that's a shitty signature. It has a clog in there, so I forgot to tell you, and I forgot to stick something down in there. You have to make sure the hole is like completely clear. But it's okay, I can try it again. But here, I can pull that too though. So this is what you do when they don't come out.
Cool.
It's like it meant to be there, right? There.
Cool.
Still kind of want to dig in. That was kind of fun. So yeah, it's hard to stop. And you can even come back in, like if you have paint down that you put, that you can come do a ghost one on top of the paint. You just lay it down like this. I'm gonna freehand this. Picking up some oil, but there. You can do it, like I call it ghost one in on top of that paint. This is where you don't look and you get jiggy. So like, you see like in furniture stores where it's all kind of cool and everything, and then there's like, you're like, I could have done that with my left hand or whatever. But this is where this happens. It's called art balls. You have to have art balls to do this. So I'm gonna go through it. Oops, I'm gonna go through it, I'm not gonna look. And that takes it to another level of, see what I mean? Art balls like, oh. They just had the nerve to come back in here and run right through what they did. And it may not make sense at all, but like this right here is kind of, ugh. Like if you look at it, you're gonna make it too cute. But if you don't look at it, it's the scritchy thing. And that's another, weirdly, it's an abstract look, like technique that like, how did somebody let go that much? Because it was all cool and then some scribble came in and it's truly a scribble. So to scribble, you just don't look. And these are fun. So then there's different like these. Like, yeah, the wide ones, like you can come carve back through there and you're gonna carve, every time you hit that, you're gonna go back through to the beginning, like all the way down. It's so cool. So, yes.
So I know you have like a lot of different styles that are in here.
Yes.
And so I guess you have within the class direction on how to achieve that particular style without overstepping and turning into something you don't want to.
Yeah, so like that one in there that's what goes this way and then that way, I literally put a piece of tape on it and then I put the paint like at the edge of the tape and I took a huge trowel and I just went boop, and that was that. And then I cleaned it and I did the same thing on the other side and it went a different way and it looks so cool. Like you can make a modern piece so fast it'll make your head spin. But you just have to have the confidence, and other people's styles combined is better than one brain alone, honestly. Because I've just had, that's how Hideout Art kind of started, because I had some people like come together on my canvas and at first I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, wait, it's cool. Because it's not what my brain was going to do, but that did work. So, because if you're using the same color palette basically, and you're all up in your head, you're all over here, all perfect, and they go over here, it still looks cool, it's abstract. And then when somebody sees it, they're like, how did that one brain that did all these squares perfectly end up in a puddle of that color down here because this person's not that person. Because that's what makes that art interesting is it was two different brains. I've done special needs adults and they love it. And I had a student for a long time and we started something in Oklahoma City called duets. We had an artist couple up with a special needs, whether it was autism or whatever it was, and they collaborated and it was called duets and it was really successful. And it helps them socialize, learn from, the artist, feel free to express themselves, and it's just a collab and it's teamwork and it makes them feel more safe. And they came out some really, really cool paintings. So yeah, it works with the special needs for sure. And I've got a few that come in that are highly special needs, and even if they just pull it like this and they have they're very limited, the joy out of their laugh. They'll see it do something, they're like, ha! And it's just like that joy. So it is amazing to have anyone do it, but especially special needs, because they get a kick out of this. And it's instant joy. It's so cool. Let me make a upside down heart. Oh, it's kind of too dry, but you get the idea. But you come in and so you're just gonna scratch out your negative space. Yeah. Yeah, and then don't forget you got the ink whenever you want the ink. And then we didn't even get too much of this in there, but that's all right. You don't want too much of that. This got a little liquidy because it was probably the wrong paint to use at the end. So I can pull that. Whatever you don't like, just pull. It's a little too dusty for me, but it's okay. A lot of people like that. Now there's even more of a story in it because you can see through all these different layers. I gotta call that one dead.
Good job.
Thanks, man. I do something called a pull apart, where a birthday party, we'll hook a bunch of 16 by 20s together and we paint them. I don't let anyone pick one. It's like musical chairs, you gotta keep moving. And so you get to, so I'll throw the paint out on there and they walk around and they're like, brr, brr, and we kind of do one color at a time. They don't know what's up. They're just like, whatever. And then we do another color and we do another color and it looks like a hot mess. And then we pull them apart and it's magical. You pull it apart and it's a piece of that puzzle that's so abstract, their minds, no one would have thought of that. And it's cool. And then whatever they want to do for the finishing touches, they can throw paint on it or whatever they want. But the pull aparts are so fun for birthday parties and corporate training. But they are better because nobody has to think. And I just say just do what I say. I pour the paint, you pull, have fun. And then and I always say, stop, good, stop, and then they look cool. It's so crazy.
Thank you.
So fun. Thanks you guys. So if you're ever in Oklahoma City, come see me. Puff and paint or not. Bring whatever you want to eat, drink, or smoke. And you get the whole place to yourself. And I've got the cutest backyard. Oh my God, it's so cute. Yeah, keep on painting, guys. You can do it. Thank you so much for coming. This is so fun. This is my favorite thing to do. Seriously.
You're a great teacher.
Thank you. I used to love doing corporate training because I was funny and I made funny scenarios and stuff like that. And then they're like, "You need to be a comedian." I'm like, "No, that would be stressful." To have to, but this is just straight up fun.